Chapter 10 Synergy. Nan, what did Mom say about Ryan spending the Thanksgiving break with Shari's family in Disney World? Bryn wondered out loud. Well, you know Mom. She's so obsessive, especially when it comes to Brian. When I left for the hair show, she was pouting and spewing negativity. Nan responded as the two girls walked from Bryn's dorm out to Nan's car, carrying bags. Nan, Bryn's older sister, picked her up on the way home from a hair show in New Orleans. Nancy was a cosmetologist who had been leaving her mark on the trade by showing off her creativity at hair shows. She did hair for pageants she participated in, and she did her own hair when she worked as a print model. Nancy had been doing more hair shows since her siblings had started college. She was not quite ready to move out, but did not enjoy the living conditions as an only child. Traveling to hair shows provided Nan with opportunities to check out other places to potentially move to. The one thing Nan did not want was to stay in any town where her mother lived. As the two girls arrived at Nancy's car, Socks walked up on them from behind, throwing his arms around Bryn's neck and hugging her tightly. You're not going to tell me bye or anything? Who's your boyfriend, Bryn? He's not my boyfriend. He's my good buddy, sort of like my roommate sometimes. This is Socks, Gina's man. Nan looked at Socks and said, You're a cutie. Gina did well. She stopped for a second and stared, then said, I feel like I've seen you before. Did you grow up in Mississippi? Nope, Louisiana raised. That good stock, answered Earl. Well, Socks of the good Louisiana stock. That sure is a weird name. We've got to get on the road. Nan, his real name is Earl. We just call him Socks. Long story, said Bryn, grinning. Nan looked at him again and said, Earl, with a familiar face. Okay, we have to get rolling. Goodbyes were shared by all, and the girls got in the car and moseyed back to Mississippi. For miles, no conversation took place. They passed oodles and oodles of tall, skinny pine trees and red dirt trimming the highway. Nancy and Bryn sang and danced while listening to mixtapes of Culture Club, Prince, Tears for Fears, Michael Jackson, Lisa, Scritti Politti, Gloria Estefan, Whitney Houston, and more. The peace and enjoyment resonated in that 1985 rose gray metallic Toyota Corolla, reinforcing the bond of these two sisters that existed since their childhood. Oh, Bryn, I forgot to tell you. Nan turned the music so low, nobody could enjoy it at that volume. But you can't tell Mom. Bryn, rolling her eyes, said, Why would I do that? Okay, well, at the hair show, there were all sorts of people. It was a big one, like totally big. There were movie producers there. This one guy told me he will call me to set up a meeting and suggested I have my attorney present, like I have one or something. They want me to do hair for a film. And if this works out, hire me for other films. Do you think Mr. Mike will act as my attorney and keep this quiet from Mom for a while? Bryn shouted, Girl, how did you hold that in all this time? Do you think it's legit? Of course Mr. Mike will be great. He's the best attorney ever. And no, he won't tell Mom. Mr. Mike is Gina's dad, and the families knew each other for many years. Their father is an attorney also. He practices environmental law. I would have to move to Cali. Are you good with that? Without missing a beat, Bryn retorted, Gives me a place to visit, duh. With that, Nancy blasted the music once again, and all was right with the world. until they drove up to their family acreage in Mississippi. There was Lillian, sitting high up on her horse, Pancake, a tannish rust-colored horse with bright eyes. She saw the girls drive up and came down from her horse with the same graceful poise she maintained as a young dancer. "Hey, ladies, your dad is out there on the tractor, mowing." The family had a home in town, but kept this property run by a hand. They housed horses and cows, chickens and goats. They spent many weekends, summers, holidays, and such on this land because of its relaxing and therapeutic essence. Bryn hugged Mom quickly, said hello, and ran directly to the stable to ride Toonie. This left Mom and Nancy alone. "How was your hair show?" Nancy responded defensively, thinking somehow that Mom knew her secret. It was fine. Just like all the other hair shows, It was okay." "Did you wear this outfit?" Mom interrogated with an obvious opinion in her tone, touching Nan's very faded sleeve. "Of course not. I wore this to drive your daughter home from school." Nan clapped back harshly. Nancy and her mother had a severely strained, tense relationship. Nancy felt like her mother was always bothered by her presence. She also thought her mother was embarrassed by her for some reason. The backstory is probably a good start at understanding this thickness between Nancy and her mom. Nancy was 14 when she went to a sleepover at a friend's house. She was awakened to someone, a male, on top of her. She screamed, got up, and ran down the street to her house. She never gathered her things or said anything. She just ran. When she told her mother what happened, her mom told her to go take a shower. Nan doesn't really remember details of what happened that day, but she has never forgotten how she felt that day. Her friend from down the street never returned to school. The family moved away days after the incident. This subject has never been spoken of between mother and daughter thereafter. No counseling was sought, nothing, just an air of get over it. It is, however, always the elephant in the room. Lillian hoped that never talking about it again would somehow cause Nan to forget the incident ever happened and maybe toughen up. Nancy never told anyone what happened, but it was written in explicit detail in her journal, which was read by Bryn when she was 14. Not only did Bryn share her findings with Gina, she was also extremely devastated and ruined in some ways by what she had read. "So, are we starting the cooking this evening, or will we do it all tomorrow morning?" Nancy asked her mother. "I thought we could start tonight, but since you've been driving all day and your sister is out there with that old horse, maybe morning would be better."